Welcome back, our football fanatics, to another episode of NFL TWINcast, NFL Twin Take. Breaking news, Corey! Woo! I know the soon move, returning to U of I. And next up, guys, Kofi Coburn. Do you know what that means, Corey?
It looks like D. Brown.
Do you know what that means? The Flying Illini, the Fighting Illini, the House of Pain. We're coming to get our title. That was supposed to be ours this year until COVID. Cancel the big dance. You're welcome, rest of NCAA. But that was great news hearing that Iowa's returning. He has nothing left to prove. Illini,
he has nothing left to prove. Why would he?
Because he's going to get a championship.
He's
Mr. Illinois.
Iowa's going to LSU. This is breaking news. He has transferred to Louisiana State University.
Illinois was already contenders in the best conference last year. This is the best team we've had since 2005.
There were 63 other contenders.
Best team? No, there wasn't. I'm just happy, dude. Iowa's coming back. Now Kofi's going to come back. And the Illini are going to be contenders next year. So that's what I was excited about. So
that you don't have much going on. That's your excited.
And guys, the reason I'm wearing this Walter Payton jersey is because we're going over the rankings for top 5 running backs.
Alvin Kamara, baby. Oh, Roy.
And before we get into the Madden rankings for running backs, Corey, what's the big news of the week in the NFL?
So, former Bayou Bengal, no shocker, they're all over the league. One of the best safeties in the league, who was very upset where he was at, Jamal Adams, is now a Seattle Seahawk.
Yeah,
that's big news. I mean, that defense, the whole scheme, the franchise, Pete Carroll. That we and Kyle have talked about this on several podcasts, but with Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, you can't count them out. They've been the top NFC team for like the last decade, and they don't
rebuild, they retool.
Yeah.
And also, bear with me real quick. What I like to kind of compare that to, though, I think it was a win-win for both, for the Seahawks and Jets, because with Jamal Adams, it's kind of like that relationship where like it's lust. You want to get that old flame back, and you're like, maybe we could make it work. Like kind of like me with Kimmy K. Then she kicked me to the curb for Kanye. But then Jamal Adams, because the Jets wanted to make it work with Jamal Adams.
Yeah.
So, the lust, it was there, the connection. Then they both knew it was over. Jets tried holding on. Jamal Adams didn't want to be there. It takes two to tango. It's like any relationship, any teamwork, anything that's going to happen. And then Jamal Adams went on to bigger, better things, went to the Seahawks. Just like I went from Kimmy K to J-Lo. And then when it comes to the Jets, their franchise is horrible. They get 2 first-round picks. They got a starting safety in return, and they get a third-round pick. So they both win. Seahawks are in win-now mode.
Here's my take.
Russell Wilson's in
I think the Seahawks won this trade. I know the Jets got a big haul, but let's be real. The Jets have been horrible with their draft picks, their history of it, so I don't believe in their draft process. Number 2,
I don't believe in Adam Gase. He's still on drugs during his press conference.
Unless you have a top 5 pick, the draft is like a lottery. And the Seahawks are not going to be one of the worst 5 teams, so they're not going to get an early pick.
True.
It's hit or miss. Even if it is a good player like Jamal Adams and they go to a Jets system, they probably won't pan out and they'll want to leave early like most players that go there. And then you got to look. You can draft several years in a row and you're not going to find a safety like Jamal Adams. Seattle's offense is getting better. Their defense was their weakness last year. And, I mean, let's remember that Earl Thomas left. They just brought in another Earl Thomas.
Oh, and when people are like, well, they got this draft pick. That's why, like, for me, for instance, I was happy when the Bears got Khalil Mack. I would rather a proven commodity instead of a risk or a gamble. You don't know if that draft pick's going to be a bust or not. You know that Jamal Adams is top 3 safety.
Jamal Adams is only like 25 years old.
He's like a linebacker. He's a hybrid.
He's a hard hitter. He's young. He's a good box safety.
He's a leader, team leader. I mean, he's going to be great. But watch out, NFC Seahawks. Russell Wilson's in his prime.
Other breaking news: Tampa Bay nursing home continues. LaShawn McCoy, who's now 32 and hasn't been an All-Pro in about 7 years.
Drew Brees 55.
We're talking about Tom Brady on his walker.
Jared Cook's like 48.
LaShawn McCoy and Gronkowski just got done with his 5th back surgery. I mean, come on, dude. I'm not scared of them. I mean, everyone's hyping them up. I'm sorry, but these guys haven't been relevant in like 10 years.
They have 2 top 10 receivers.
Who?
They got Godwin and Mike Evans.
Oh, Evans, if he doesn't drop.
They have 3 tight ends. They have a running back from U of
I. O.J. Howard hasn't been relevant since he came in the league.
Dude, I would take O.J. Howard.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. You don't have any tight ends.
Dude, we got Jimmy Graham, bro.
Oh, my God.
Corey, if I pull up a video of you from 8 years ago, Jimmy Graham strong. Jimmy Graham strong.
But Jimmy Graham strong was the best tight end in football, which you're
okay, so if you've done it once, you could do it again. You've done it once, you could do it again. Aaron Rodgers makes himself look bad.
Okay, you're an idiot.
He's an idiot.
So biased.
Why do you think Danica finally left his ass?
You sound so biased. But breaking news, besides the point of them trying to catch up with the Saints, Nigel Bradham to Nola to the Big Easy, veteran linebacker, started almost every game in his career for Philadelphia after Buffalo.
He's an Eagle. He'll be hurt week 2. He'll be hurt week 2. He's an Eagle.
He didn't get injured.
They all get injured.
Nigel Bradham with the Mario Davis All-Pro. And then Ryan Braun or Zach Braun.
Can we get on topic?
Zach Braun. I'm just saying our linebacking core is going to be deadly. The Saints are going to Super Bowl. The only thing I can stop is the COVID. That's the only thing.
Don't get me started, Eddie Goldman. I'm talking to you. Okay. Well, anyways, let's get on track.
Yeah, Defensive Player of the Year, Eddie Goldman.
Yeah, no, okay. Enjoy your paid vacation. All right. Top 5 running backs according to Madden. So we're going to do it like last time. I'm going to say what Madden has at 1, then me, and then we'll kind of go over it. So Madden has Christian McCaffrey.
What about me? You said it, then you. Well, I'm not going to say.
No. You could just sit there and try.
You're wearing a running back that hasn't played in 20 years.
Dude, Sweetness is the best running back of all time.
30 years.
There's an award named after him. So number 1, Christian McCaffrey by Madden. Number 1 for me, Christian McCaffrey. What do you think?
Easily. Yeah. All-around best running back.
There's not much you have to say with Christian McCaffrey. He broke Matt Forte's record. He had for catches by a running back in the season. What do you have, like 120 or something? Or 100, over 100 catches for a running back. He had over 1,000 yards rushing and receiving. He's all pro.
Here's my take on McCaffrey. I mean, I watch him twice a year play the Saints. Usually a running back's either a great pass catcher, and that's what he does, or he's a great runner. Christian McCaffrey's a top in both, basically.
Well, and blocking.
And, he does everything.
95% of the times they don't get past him when he's blocking. And that's the thing, like you said, usually they have one weakness. Like, even if they're good at catching and running, they're not that good at blocking out of the backfield. He is a trifecta. He doesn't have a weakness. And he comes back more yoked he's on my off-season workout program.
He's healthy all the time, and he plays almost every snap.
Well, and look at those numbers he put up last year on a bad... I mean, Carolina...
They knew the ball was going to.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. They were horrible last year, and he still...
And he's got Joe Brady and Sweaty Teddy there now.
So what does he do? He plays 3 positions, correct?
Just
he blocks better than the Bears offense.
I know someone that plays more positions.
Great receiver, running back. Okay. So that's kind of obvious for Christian McCaffrey. And the cool part I do like, though, and I'll just say now because Henry is in my top 5. So Henry actually and McCaffrey are the 2 finalists back in college for the Heisman. Derrick Henry's the one who beat out McCaffrey. Isn't that kind of crazy? So now it's kind of like, okay, McCaffrey beats out Henry.
Derrick Henry went to some really crappy college.
Okay. So Christian McCaffrey, I don't think there's any argument or debate. The guy's the best. He's the best all-purpose back in NFL.
Oh, yeah, 100%. He's the definition of like a dual-threat running back or multifunctional or just like the guy, he's not a traditional running back.
And he reset. Makes it work. I mean, not for everyone else, but he reset for himself. The right back market, well deserved. Hope you stay healthy. Have a great year. Love McCaffrey.
He's the face of Carolina.
So number 2, Madden has King Henry. I have Saquon Barkley.
I have a complaint with both of those.
Okay, go ahead.
So Derrick Henry, absolute beast, a stud, a man among boys. Good luck tackling him, ask Earl Thomas. But if he didn't have that postseason run, he's not in the top 3.
Did you miss the second half of last year?
I'm serious.
Is he not?
Dude, he's a one-trick pony. The guy is
one-trick. Okay.
All he does is run you over.
Run you over? Hey guys, what is in the name of the position? Running back. Running back.
Tell me when he can run.
He runs you over.
Tell me when he can
he plays running back. He runs you over.
Tell me when he catches the ball,
dude.
I want to see him make a juke.
You want to see him make a juke? He'll run your ass over.
Not the Mario
Davis.
Like,
dude, he's old school smash mouth football.
Oh, sorry, I'm talking to a Bears fan over here.
Yeah, you're damn right you are.
Well, get with the day and age.
Get with the day and age. We have the best running back of all time.
You might be in the playoffs.
The best running back of all time.
Okay. He is top 3, but I don't think he's number 2.
Did you see his playoff run?
Let's see this list.
What's important in sports? What's important in sports?
So
I can't talk about Saquon yet. We're still talking about Henry.
Number 2 is Zeke Elliott.
No, what are you doing? You're just switching. So they had King Henry. So apparently we're covering King Henry now. He averaged.
Here comes the numbers guy. Pro Football Focus.
Pro Football Focus. I'm throwing out one stat. I think he averaged 4.7 yards per carry last year, and he was the league leader in rushing yards. A running back runs you over, leads the league in rushing yards. Went off for like 400 yards in 2.5, 3 playoff games.
Like I said, he arguably had the greatest playoff run for running back. Yeah, the only reason they went as far as they did. But dude, if you take out the playoffs, he's not the second best running back.
When the moment got bigger, he got bigger.
Okay, we just
talked about what do great players do? When the moment gets bigger, they get more.
We said Christian McCaffrey was the best running back because he could do both, and now we're kind of arguing. Oh well, he runs good. Okay, yes. Zeke Elliott catches and runs the ball.
Okay,
better.
Yeah, but Zeke Elliott's also a cheeseburger from McDonald's away from being a
What does
lineman
Derrick
every
Henry look
offseason.
like?
Derrick Henry's swole. I would not mess with him.
He's
That's like a
supposed to be
matchup.
swole?
Yeah, he's swole. Are you kidding? That guy? He looks like the world's strongest man running down the field, dude.
That would be me with the
No,
football.
I didn't say world's skinniest.
Well,
Or
wait,
scrawniest. I said strongest, not
wait,
scrawniest.
wait. So, okay, you said who did they
Okay,
have?
they had
Oh, you-
Henry.
Oh,
I had
you are-
Saquon
you're
Barkley.
Mr. Stargazed over here.
Stargazed?
Saquon Barkley. What are
Yes.
you freaking picking him because of his athleticism? I thought this was
Have you
about.
seen his quads, bro?
Oh my God, are you checking him out? This isn't a physique
Checking him out,
competition.
dude.
My God, if we were
Right.
bodybuilding.com over here,
Dude.
did you see his quads? How does that help him in
World's
football?
strongest man actually is sponsoring me. But second, dude, literally
Was he even playing last year?
He won Rookie of the Year.
That
Just let me
was
explain.
2 years ago.
Okay, yes.
Kamara won Rookie
Rookie of the
as well.
Year. In his 2 years, and this is with a morbid offensive line. They look like they're dead out
The
there.
Bears.
I can't argue that. But dude, seriously, the Giants' O-line is horrible. And if you break down his numbers for his first 2 years, he's averaging 1,200 rushing yards a year. With that offensive line,
He had 1,200 rushing yards last
if you break down like the average of the 2 years,
Jesus Christ,
dude, in 2 years in the NFL, if you're averaging 1,200 rushing yards with a horrible offensive line, that's pretty damn good.
I'm not saying he's not good. He's top
And he
five.
can catch.
No, he's
Top 5, top 3
Dude,
talent-wise.
last year, how many games did he play last year? No wonder you were looking at his quads. He was on the sideline.
No, he wasn't. Dude, Saquon Barkley. Okay, just answer this. And answer it truthfully. Oh, yeah, I am. But answer this truthfully. If you could start a team right now and pick a running back, would he not be in your top 5? Are you kidding me?
I said he's top 5.
Yeah, he's number 2.
He's not number 2.
Yes, he is. It's not his fault.Is line sucks, and hopefully, actually, one of them sitting out for.
It's not Trubisky's fault. He's inaccurate. What kind of argument is that?
Dude, he's still putting up numbers. He's healthy this year. Okay,
he's 4th or 5th.
Saquon's putting up 1,450 rushing yards this year. He's gonna have 50 catches. So that's number 2 for me. Number 3 for Madden. I love this pick, even though it's not my number 3, but I love this guy. I don't think he gets enough credit. Nick Chubb.
You said who?
Nick Chubb. So Nick Chubb on the Browns from Georgia. He gets overlooked, especially because the Browns suck, even though they have all the talent in the world. And he's going to get carries taken away this year because now you have, what's the guy from the Chiefs?
Kareem Hunt,
who's not suspended this year. They have more weapons.
OBJ, Jarvis
Yeah,
Landry,
Baker's got to prove it
Austin
here.
Hooper.
So I don't think he'll get as many carries this year. But Nick Chubb, man, that guy consistently.
He's underrated, too.
Yeah, consistently puts up yards running. And he averages like 4.5 yards a carry, and he just does it every year he's been in the NFL so far.
Last year, if you look at how many yards he had, what you just said per carry, or when he actually had the ball, he probably had the most productive season.
Oh, dude.
Like, he honestly did. If he was on a team that was better, he probably gets.
Well, I forgot what game it was I was watching, and of course it was one of them at the beginning of the year when the Browns were complete trash. And he did even during one play where he fumbled it at the end, he had like an 80-yard run before that. Like, you throw it in the backfield, he's going to take it almost, like he could take it to the house every time.
He's the one from Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Bulldogs.
But he's amazing. So that's their number 3. I have no bones to pick with that. But my number 3 is Zeke Elliott.
That's my number 2.
Shout out to my boy Dawson. I know you're a Cowgirls fan. But I got to go Zeke Elliott. I know I make my jokes.
He needs to get a full jersey.
Yeah,
I don't get why.
I don't get the crop top belly shirt.
It looks like a bra.
And like I said, I don't know his
stay away from concerts and COVID parties too, Zeke.
Well, I don't know his off-season training. Like I said, he usually comes in a cheeseburger away from like a lineman. But once the season starts, even if he's healthy or not, sits out training camp, dude, the guy he's gonna put up at least 1,300 rushing yards, and that's with Jason Garrett not giving him the ball either. Remember,
he was in Cabo, like he didn't even train properly for football, and came back into with a full offseason. I know with COVID and stuff, but. Dude, he's number 2 for me. He's proven more than Saquon.
He's produced more than Saquon.
Thank you. Number 2.
Okay. Hold on. Just 2
potential-wise.
Saquon has. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. 2 or 3. Like if you switched, if Saquon was in his shoes in Dallas, Saquon would put a better number. I think.
So you do agree that both of them are better than Nick Chubb, though?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I would draft both of them above. But Saquon, if he was in Dallas with that line and everything, I think his work ethic's better.
It's my same argument for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
I know everyone gets mad, but
real quick with Zeke, like 4 years in the league, he's led the whole NFL twice. So 2 out of his 4 years in the league, he's been the rushing leader. He's been All-Pro. He's made a Pro Bowl 3 out of 4 years. He has 40 touchdowns, so 10 touchdowns a year. The guy's a given 1,000 yards a year. Like Zeke, he produces. It's like we were talking about with Mike Thomas and Drew Brees. They produce.
Oh, I can't wait until next week's episode. We're talking about Mike Thomas the whole time.
And now that
top 5 wide receivers, Mike Thomas, baby.
Well, now that Zeke, he's gotten paid, his line will be a little healthier. And then you got Jason Garrett out there. No offense, but Jason Garrett did not know how to use Zeke. Like, it could be like 3rd and 1, and Zeke.
Well, I swear to God, Jason Garrett and Bill O'Brien went to the same school for training.
Yeah, I don't know what their school of Hard Knocks was, but it could be 3rd and 1, game on the line, and you want to give it to Zeke, even if he's averaging 5 yards a carry that day. So now that they actually have somebody in there that knows what he's probably doing, McCarthy.
They got CD Lamb now too, so they have a lot of wide receivers that take pressure off the run game.
Yeah, so Zeke definitely most productive, number 3. So their number 4 is Zeke by Madden.
Alvin Kamara, baby. You got him at 4, right?
5.
Okay, sorry, Kyle.
Well, can I just say number 4 because we already went over him? So my number 4 is Derrick Henry. We already went over King Henry. He carried Tannehill.
One-trick pony.
Got the Tannehills owe Henry their life. He got him a new contract.
All jokes aside, I call him a one-trick pony. He is a stud. If this was in the early 2000s, he is the best running back. Mm-hmm. But it's just the argument.
Well, it's because it's an evolving position where you have to do more.
I just think you need to be able to catch and be more versatile. And I'm not. Any day you want to talk about traditional backs, Derrick Henry's top running back. But I just think with Christian McCaffrey and Zeke's ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, they're harder to guard.
Well, I guarantee if you ask defensive coordinators or defenses, not who's the hardest to plan for, like, okay, this guy could catch, this guy's elusive, but, like, who they're looking the least forward to is probably Henry, because every time you have to tackle him, imagine for 3 hours trying to tackle that guy, how many freaking cold baths they have to take after from all the bruising.
I don't know. I remember last year going to the Saints-Titans, and Henry was scared to play our defense. He just
but I remember Tannehill.
They rested him.
Tannehill freaking was right there with Breeze.
Did we win the game, Kyle?
Yeah.
The Derrick Henry player, was he scared?
Okay. Well, that's the sad part. They almost beat you without him.
Did we win the game?
Okay. So their number 5, Saquon, who we went over. Corey, number 5, I'll let you take the reins. I have
number 4, Kyle. Okay. Correction. Number 4, Alvin Kamara. So, Kyle, what's that picture behind you say? Offensive Rookie of the Year 2017? Wow. Okay.
Why are you bragging about
Offensive Rookie of the Year
2017? It's 2020.
Alvin Kamara. Okay. I just want to say, until this past season, the Alvin Kamara hype train was huge. Everyone's like, he's going to get 2,000 all-purpose yards, 1,000 receiving,
so where was he?
1,000 rushing. I'm not done yet.
I was about to sign on APB.
If you compare their first 2 years, he was side by side with Christian McCaffrey in all those statistics.
Do not.
I'm not done yet. I have not finished my statement. And last year he has a high ankle sprain and 70%, and he still almost gets 1,000 rushing yards.
Dude, almost 1,000 yards. If you're an NFL running back, you could run blindfolded and get 1,000 yards.
I'm gonna look something up right now because
what you got in here? Drunk punch?
Alvin Kamara's carries last year were so few compared to these other running backs on the list, and he did a lot with his carries. Okay, last year, only 9 starts last year, 171 carries, 4.7 average. What were we talking about yards per carries, buddy? Were we bragging that Nick Chubb was in a 4 point what? 4 point what? What did you say?
I said it's at least 4.5.
Oh! 4.7. Is that better? Thank you. He had
final numbers.
4.7. Dude, he had 9 starts.
Dude, he had like 1,000 more rushing yards almost than Kamara.
81 catches.
Wow.
81 catches, 4.7 yards per carry.
Half of
and that's in only starting 9 games. He played in 14, but barely played in half of them because he had a high ankle sprain. He said he was 70%. At 70%, he was better than any Bears offensive player.
What?
Swear to God. He's a top 5 running back. Injured. Dude, you guys all forget. I got you, AK. World on notice. Yeah, you guys all forget about him. You guys forget. The 2 years prior to this, he was Christian McCaffrey. Him and McCaffrey were like peanut butter and jelly. So he will be the best running back this year. He's got Jared Cook, Emmanuel Sanders, Taysom Hill, Latavius Murray, Breezes Christ, and Mike Thomas to take the pressure off him. So you're going to forget about Alvin Kamara because we have so many weapons, and he's going to come out and do what he does. I'm telling you, dude, the guy, his stats don't tell justice. People watch the top 100 players when they vote him as defensive players. He is slippery, man. Do you have an Airhead flavor named after you? Watermelon Zoom. That's his flavor.
Like an Airhead.
Yeah, well, I could sound like one.
Okay.
He's coming. He's a top 5 running back, number 4.
Can I talk from a non-biased
Dual threat. Okay. This is biased because he has hate.
I like Alvin Kamara.
You're sipping on hate.
I like Alvin Kamara. So Alvin Kamara, he was in a music video with Drake, bro. So Alvin Kamara, he's a stud. I think he's gonna.
And he hangs out with Migos.
I think he's gonna go off this year also because he is, dude. He's very elusive. He's hard to tackle. He is the new modern day running back that you want. Mm-hmm. Somebody who can catch out of the backfield. He could take it the distance, and it's like he's dancing back there with his. His footwork's amazing. He's
dancing like Patrick Swayze.
He's gonna be healthy this year. The only thing is with Corey's arguments right there. You're bragging about somebody playing only half the year and then putting up numbers.
He played more than half the year. I said that he only started.
But availability is the best ability, and McCaffrey, Henry, Chubb, all of them put up twice the yards, so you shouldn't brag about that.
Yeah, but I'm going on the opposite side of that argument where, like, he showed how good he is even not healthy.
Yeah.
Time out, though. I have a problem with Kyle's list.
Wait, I'm not done yet.
And Madden.
I'm not done
There's
yet.
2 running backs that should be on this list.
I know. Delvin Cook and
Aaron
Jones.
Jones.
I know. That.
Okay.
I was going to get to that, but okay.
Okay, continue.
So we're talking about that now. So again, I'll go through real quick.
Take out Saquon.
Madden had McCaffrey 1, King Henry 2, Nick Chubb 3, Zeke 4, and Saquon 5. I had McCaffrey 1, just like them. I had Saquon 2, Zeke Elliott 3, King Henry 4, and Kamara 5. So Kamara's the only one I switched him with Nick Chubb for theirs. But honorable mentions, we'll talk about now real quick. I think you could easily put in Dalvin Cook. Only issue with him, health. Play a full season, and then when they had to back up Alexander Madison, he came in and averaged even more yards. So is it something with the line? But Dalvin Cook's stud. Just stay healthy, and you're right in
Look
there.
at the guy's speed, dude. He makes it.
Yeah, he's a stud.
He makes you miss his
Aaron Jones. He's a stud.
Aaron Jones, literally.
I hate playing him.
If you took away their jerseys and didn't look, him and Kamara look the same.
Well,
like running the ball, like they literally look like the same player. And Aaron Jones, I mean, look how many touchdowns he had last year. He is just dangerous.
Well, this day and age, as a Bears fan, I'm more worried about Aaron Jones than Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I agree.
Play them.
Aaron Jones is the better Aaron right now.
Yeah.
Packers fans probably all hate us for saying that, but it's true.
That's true.
I'm not going to be glorified by, like, it's just.
Aaron Jones is the better Aaron currently for Green Bay. He had so many touchdowns, and he's great receiving 2 out of the backfield. If they use him even more, like that's why I miss McCarthy coaching the Packers, because he never gave Aaron Jones the ball. Now that he's getting it more. So Aaron Jones, you're right in there.
I actually wrote on my comp. I think him and Dalvin Cook are very similar players. Like I would put them in the same category, and you could kind of put Kamara with them. I just think Kamara has proven more so far in his career than those two. That's why I Kamara higher. But Jones, Cook, and Kamara are all very similar running backs.
Yeah, and then one more I have, especially if he's healthy, is Josh Jacobs.
Oh, he's been on the line. He was high in Madden rankings too.
Yeah,
he's gonna.
I had him in fantasy, and he was a steal. Even with the hurt shoulder, he was still.
I think right now it honestly looks like the Bears and Raiders both won that trade because Khalil Mack's a perennial player, and all these bandwagon Bears fans got all pissy last year about him, but the year before loved him.
Oh, Khalil Mack's gonna go off.
But dude, Jacobs and then Abrams too, if he's healthy. They got some good draft picks.
People don't realize both sides can win, and they both won. Josh Jacobs, I just have him just on outside because it was his rookie year, and I want him to be 100% healthy. Prove it again.
If he stays healthy.
And Corey, real quick before we end the show, I think for like rookies, I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a shot.
Dude, Damian Williams is gone. He opted out. You just lost your job, buddy. I'm sorry, but you opted out of starting because Clyde Edwards-Helaire will be one of the best running backs this year.
And another one I want to throw out there is I think DeAndre Swift. He's on the Lions.
Oh, yeah.
Kerryon Johnson always has knee issues. Matt Stafford's getting up there.
Kerryon, who I've heard the guy for one season.
You had him on your fantasy team.
Yeah, he's a bust.
It makes sense. So is your team. But the Lions take it off Matt Stafford a little bit, and they never have
still
good running. Dude, if you switch jerseys, if Matt Stafford's on a different team, he probably has a Super Bowl.
Oh, my God. That's not a hot take.
How's that not? Dude, look at his numbers. Matt Stafford.
Oh, the statistic man again.
When
the stats go
you
against... You
just pulled up statistics about Alvin Kamara.
When the stats go against Kyle's argument...
Okay, but then when it's
stats.
Michael Thomas, Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara.
Stats are blown out of proproportion. They're just stats.
They are when it's the Saints.
Garbage points, garbage stats.
Saints.
Now he's a stat guy.
Okay.
Overnight.
So I think, though, I think both of them are going to be starters day one. So I think DeAndre Swift and Clyde Edwards-Helaire can make an impact.
Wow.
And Jonathan Taylor.
Damian Williams is gone to LaShawn McCoy. I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire will be a starter. Wow. And I think the sun will come up today. What?
Is this Comedy Central?
It is with your team.
What about Jonathan Taylor?
Who?
You don't know Jonathan
I'm just messing with you, bro.
Stupid?
All right, calm down. I know you got a crush on him like you do Sir Quad. Yeah.
But that's what we got.
So he's not going to start.
So those are our top 5 backs, guys. And then with man rating. So what are we
next week? Can't guard Mike, baby. Best wide receiver in football. We'll talk about him all 30 minutes.
Top 5 Twitter fingers.
Tune in.
The number 1 Twittiot.
We'll put a limit. We'll talk about him for 5 minutes.
Allen Robinson.
But he's number 1.
Marty Booker. Willie Galt.
Joe Horn.
I love Joe Horn.
No, it'll be interesting though. Like Julio Jones. I mean, I know last year and injuries and stuff, but We'll probably bring up OBJ.
Julio Jones. I was gonna say you can always go into different.
DeAndre Hopkins.
We can go into different avenues on this because if you're gonna draft a receiver, I'd be like Julio or Odell. But if you're going production wise, they're not in it.
I think Stephon Diggs was ranked way too high on this list, or low, however you want to put it. But I think.
So that would be a fun one. Receiver is always a good position, and there's always a lot out there.
And next week, Jadeveon Clowney will be in the black and gold.
He is a clown. He wants too much money. So that's our show for you guys. So awesome though. Again. Io, baby. House of Pain.
That is D Brown.
And Io. And then next, Kofi. Hopefully by the end of the day or weekend, we're going to hear his decision to come back to the champions of 2021.
Watch the White Sox.
Watch the White Sox in hockey. Blackhawks.
Watch the Pelicans.
Yep. Watch Zion on the bench. So thanks for tuning in, guys.
We'll talk to you next week.
Bear down, my Bear Leavers.